A data challenge a day helps you master machine learning. This is DDC 5. The goal here is to create a Python function that calculates the dot product. Here's the math formula for a dot product. Now, there is already a function in the NumPy library for dot product, but your goal here is to create that on your own to make sure you really understand how to implement and interpret the dot product formula, and also just to give you a little bit more experience working with Python functions. In particular, you want to make sure that your Python function takes two inputs, both NumPy arrays, implement this formula for the dot product that is element-wise multiplication and then sum, and then you output the result of that sum, which is the dot product. You can check your function's accuracy both by running the same calculation in using numpy.dot, that function, and also checking that when you input a list, it throws an error, your function throws an error. Or if you input two NumPy arrays, but they have different lengths, so different numbers of numbers, then that should also produce an error. Okay, so if you'd like to pause the video and code up a solution, now is the time to do so. Here is my solution. So here I'm importing NumPy. Here I'm checking that both of the inputs, so input A and B, are NumPy arrays, otherwise they give an error message. And I also check that they are the same length, so the same number of elements, and if not, I give an error message. And then I return the sum of the element-wise multiplication. That's the formula for the dot product. Okay, so here I'm checking that it works. So this is my function. I get the number 30, same as numpy dot dot. Here I'm going to check that when they have a different length, we get an error message. And then finally, I'm going to check that if one input is a list and the other is a numpy array, then it also gives me an error message.